A new era of energy embracing American abundance. President Trump entered office with a bold vision for American energy. He believed in harnessing the vast energy resources within America's borders. This marked a departure from the policies of the past. Previous administrations had often pursued energy strategies that relied on foreign sources. Trump envisioned a future where America was not beholden to other nations for its energy needs. Trump's approach centered on the concept of energy independence. He sought to unlock America's potential as a global energy superpower. His administration believed that this shift would have far-reaching benefits for the nation. It would strengthen national security by reducing dependence on foreign energy. It would also boost the economy, and it would create jobs, particularly in areas hit hard by the decline of manufacturing. The Trump administration's energy strategy represented a stark contrast to the policies of previous administrations. Those administrations had often embraced international agreements and regulations that, in Trump's view, hampered American energy production. The Paris Climate Agreement, for example, was seen by the Trump administration as a burden on American businesses. Trump argued that the agreement would cost American jobs while doing little to address climate change. This new era of energy was not just about drilling for oil or mining for coal. It also encompassed a broader vision of American innovation. The Trump administration sought to promote clean energy technologies. These included renewable sources like solar and wind power. The goal was to create an all-of-the-above energy strategy that would secure American energy dominance for decades to come. Unleashing American energy dominance on the world stage. The Trump administration's energy policies had a profound impact on America's standing in the global energy market. Under Trump, the United States achieved a level of energy production that was unprecedented in its history. The country became the world's top producer of both oil and natural gas. This newfound energy abundance had significant geopolitical implications. For decades, the United States had been a net importer of energy. This reliance on foreign oil had made the country vulnerable to price shocks and supply disruptions. It had also given foreign powers leverage over American foreign policy. With Trump's energy revolution, this dynamic began to shift dramatically. The United States was no longer beholden to hostile regimes for its energy needs. It was free to pursue its interests on the world stage from a position of strength. The surge in American energy production also had a ripple effect throughout the global energy market. The increased supply of oil and gas from the United States helped to drive down prices. This was a boon for consumers around the world who benefited from lower energy costs. It also put pressure on other energy producers such as Russia and Saudi Arabia to compete in a more challenging market environment. Perhaps most importantly, Trump's energy policies helped to restore a sense of optimism and confidence in the American heartland. For too long, many Americans had felt that their way of life was under threat. They saw their jobs being shipped overseas. They watched as their communities struggled to adapt to a changing global economy. Trump's energy revolution offered a glimmer of hope. It promised to bring back jobs, revitalize local economies, and restore America's position as a global leader. The economic engine of energy jobs, growth, and opportunity. The economic impact of Trump's energy revolution was significant and far-reaching. The surge in oil and gas production led to a boom in energy-related jobs. This revitalized communities that had been struggling for decades. From the oil fields of Texas to the Appalachian coal mines, Americans were going back to work. They were providing for their families and contributing to the nation's prosperity. The Trump administration's deregulation efforts played a key role in unleashing this economic growth. By rolling back burdensome regulations, the administration freed up American businesses to innovate and create jobs. This was particularly true in the energy sector, which had long been hampered by government red tape. With fewer regulations to navigate, energy companies were able to bring new projects online more quickly and efficiently. This economic boom was not limited to the energy sector. Lower energy prices benefited consumers and businesses across the board. Manufacturers, for example, saw their energy costs decline, making them more competitive in the global marketplace. This led to increased investment, job creation, and economic growth in the manufacturing sector. The Trump administration's focus on energy independence also had a positive impact on the trade deficit. By producing more energy domestically, the United States was able to reduce its reliance on foreign oil. This led to a decrease in the amount of money flowing out of the country to pay for energy imports. The result was a smaller trade deficit and a stronger American dollar. Section 4. A balanced approach, environmental stewardship, and energy independence. Critics of President Trump's energy policies often accused him of prioritizing economic growth at the expense of the environment. They pointed to his administration's withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement and its rollback of environmental regulations as evidence of this. However, the Trump administration maintained that its approach to energy and the environment was not about choosing one over the other, but about finding a balance that would allow the United States to achieve both energy independence and environmental protection. The Trump administration argued that the United States could continue to reduce greenhouse gas emissions while also increasing energy production. They pointed to the fact that the United States had already made significant progress in reducing emissions, even as it had become a global leader in energy production. The administration argued that this was due in part to the embrace of natural gas, which burns cleaner than coal. Furthermore, the Trump administration emphasized its commitment to conservation efforts. President Trump signed the Great American Outdoors Act, a landmark piece of legislation that provided billions of dollars in funding for the maintenance and preservation of national parks and other public lands. The administration also worked to promote responsible energy development on public lands, with an emphasis on minimizing environmental impacts. The Trump administration's approach to energy and the environment was rooted in a belief that the United States could not afford to sacrifice its economic future in the name of environmental protection. They argued that a strong economy was essential for funding environmental protection efforts, and that the United States should not cede its leadership role in the global economy by shackling itself with burdensome regulations.